Hi guys, welcome back. It has been a while, and that is because my school has started, and school just tends to make me not want to do any art at all because I am very busy. But I've realized that I need to just sit down and make some art and just stay calm for a little bit of the day. And so I was thinking, how about if I make art inspired by my textbooks? So let's take a look at some of our fun options. We got some digital systems. Woo! Next up will be my only saving grace in college, and that is my fun Japanese classes. On top of obviously being a lot more fun than writing proofs or doing physics all day long, these textbooks are just the cutest thing. I am always excited to buy my Japanese textbooks. So today I'm going to pick from a couple of textbooks, I think, and we'll leave the rest for later. So I'm definitely going to do these because these will make me draw happy art. And I think I'm also going to pick this book because it's got this really nice blue and white color scheme, and it's got like a lot of circuit stuff in it, so I thought I could do a cool piece, using the circuit elements, so that's pretty exciting. So yeah, I kind of started filming this like 2 months ago and just finished the art like the other day. So unfortunately, art has been on a bit of a slowdown since school started, but I've been trying. And it's not even that I'm just like stopped doing art, it's just that if I do art, it's usually more of like the crafting type art, because art like this requires effort and thinking, which I usually cannot do any of that after school. But crafts, you just have instructions, they tell you what to do, I don't have to think at all, and it's great. But I'm going to try to keep drawing. I've also been doing a lot more of just like sketching drawing, so it's not stuff I'm filming. I'll show my sketchbooks eventually, but that's also what I've been focusing on, which has been nice because I wasn't doing that a lot before. But anyways, about this piece. So this first piece is based off of my 2 Japanese textbooks. So obviously I did it Japanese themed, and I was originally thinking to color it like traditional ukiyo-e Japanese prints, where it's like usually solid colors. And then I just started shading right away because like it's just so, I don't even think about it. Like I always shaded my artwork, and even though I really like that like flat coloring, it's just so hard for me to do it. I'll be like, well, I'll just shade a little bit, and then the whole thing will end up being shaded in. But it still wasn't, it wasn't that intense shading that I usually do, but it's okay. It's fine. And then obviously I decided to color each of their kimonos in matching one of my books. And I was kind of thinking about doing it all green and all orange, or like having them wearing opposites. But I don't know, I felt like it needed another color, especially something to tie in with the background. And then I realized on my textbooks, they literally have complementary colors used. And those are also how kimonos are often done. Most of the time, they do a complementary color scheme with the kimono and then the obi belt itself. So it actually worked out really nice. And then for the patterns, I kind of did a geometric shape because, as you saw on the book, it's very solid. There's not a lot of shading. It's just basically the different shades of the green or the orange contrasting against each other, and just a very flat, simple design. So that's why I decided to do geometric patterns for the outfits. And then I needed obviously something else, so I just did some pretty flowers in the foreground and in the background. And I was also unsure whether I wanted like something actually in the background, because I don't like leaving plain backgrounds, but there was a lot going on, and I didn't want to like mess it up with like trying to do something complicated. So I ended up just doing like a gradient, well, not a gradient, but like a bunch of like really pastel colors bleeding into each other, as you can see here. And I think it looked pretty nice because it was able to take like those foreground colors from the flowers and put them in the back so that everything tied together very nicely. And I do really like this piece. And I also, as you can see, this is like half of an 8x11, which I have never like drawn on before, but I really liked also working on this smaller size. It's obviously fun to have a full page of work or art done, but the small size was also just really, I don't know, it was different. I like doing it. So I'm definitely going to think about doing sizes like this later on in the future. So as you also kind of heard in the intro, Japanese is definitely my favorite class. I'm a computer science major, but I really appreciate being able to have one class every semester that's, you know, outside of the STEM field. Like, it's my major, I like doing it, but it's obviously always nice to have a break. So I'm really glad I'm learning Japanese. I'm probably going to try to minor in it, so that'll be fun. Now, this next piece is based off of that engineering textbook, which I'm in like this intro to computer engineering and electrical engineering. I don't know why. I'm a computer science major. I do not like it. At least I know now that I probably could not have been an engineer because this is just not my thing. But anyways, this textbook was like our first half of class, which was based on the computer engineering side. So I kind of did like a robot girl with circuits and stuff on her. And honestly, like, I really liked how this came out. Like, I don't usually draw this type of like, you know, robot-y stuff, but I used cool grays for her skin tone, and like, it really looked like metal, like the way because it's cool grays, and you can really tell like the light part of the grays, especially in person, they look shiny like it is metal, and I thought that was really cool. And then I also really loved how like all the circuit designs for this one came together. It was just so, I don't know, nice. And oh my lord, did you just see me drop that marker? I don't even know how this happened, but the marker, it slipped out of my hands because I'm clumsy. I knew how that happened, but it fell right on the part where I hadn't colored in, which was her lips, and I knew they were going to be dark, and I was just so grateful it fell there, because like, can you imagine if it fell right on her face? I would have been so done. Like, that would have been the most disappointing thing ever, but thankfully it fell there. The one thing I probably would change about this piece is that I wasn't really sure like what color I wanted her clothes to be. I wanted them to be blue, but I wanted it to have like, you know, that kind of metal, not alive feeling to the piece. So I didn't want it to be a really bright blue. So I used some grays to help desaturate the blues since I didn't have any blue shade that I really like. But then because her skin tone's gray, I felt like the arms and stuff kind of blended in too much to the shirt. So I would definitely try to find a different way to shade that. But other than that, I really liked how this piece came out. I think mainly just because it's so much different than anything I usually draw, which was nice about like this drawing from textbooks challenge, I guess, is because it makes me, obviously a lot of my textbooks are going to be based on like math and science and stuff, so it makes me draw something different that I don't usually draw. So I will definitely think about doing something like this again. Unfortunately, as you saw, all my other footage of my other textbooks I was showing disappeared. I don't know why, but it's okay. You probably didn't want to see them anyways, because like the covers are pretty boring, and like who wants to see a bunch of math textbooks and physics textbook? Like, I don't want to see those physics textbooks anymore because I'm done with that now, and like that was a rough time. I don't know how anyone studies physics because I just couldn't. Like, that was, I guess I'm lucky though. That was like the first academic thing in my life where I'm just like, I literally cannot do this. Like, obviously there's stuff that I like more than others, but I just don't know that I had to take 2 semesters and I could not do it. So if you're able to do that, that's just amazing, because I don't know how anyone does it. But overall, I had fun making this art for my textbooks, and I'm going to try to keep drawing, but honestly, I just got done with midterms, and now we're going to have more midterms coming up before Thanksgiving. It's just too much. I get overwhelmed very easily. Luckily, I did good on my first round of tests, but I'm still stressed out because I don't want to like fail now on the second round of tests. But at least I'm starting off okay, so hopefully that will continue, and I can draw some more art, because if I'm not failing, I am slightly less panicked, which means more art.